Hey guys, it's Nate, aka The Foot Accountant. Welcome back to the channel. We love live and upgrading cards because who doesn't want a chance for their player to get even better? But one of the most annoying things about these cards is the time that we have to wait for the upgrades to actually be applied in game. This isn't like the Euros in 2024 where EA upgraded cards every single night after the games. It was peak. If you remember, we have to wait weeks for upgrades to cards like this Joao Cancelo, and yesterday's big win for Barcelona in El Clasico clinched him an upgrade, but now we have to wait, and we wish the upgrades were out now. There are more cards with upgrades on the line that I want to talk about, and that may mean some market implications for those cards as well, but I overall just want to discuss how we would love cards to get upgraded quicker when it comes to fantasy cards like that in this game. Plus, we got to look out for what's coming today on Monday. Guys, 3 big things to watch out for today. 2 of them are related to content, and 1 of them is related to leaks. And I think that might be why prices are starting to turn downward a little bit on the market. Maybe this market of just rising prices is going to stop now heading into La Liga team of the season. Let's talk about it all. If you're excited for this one, drop a thumbs up in the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now let's start things off by looking back at yesterday's Sunday content. First, we had one new small objective here for Coson, the women's center back silver card. I'm still wondering, why is EA giving us these silver TOTS cards? Is it because during Ultimate Team of the Season, or maybe after that, they're going to drop a silver tournament where we need to use some of these cards? Or are they just trying to bring back something from older FIFAs that we liked and not giving us a reason to use those players? It does say here, collect silver TOTS cards for an upcoming silver TOTS tournament. So there's my answer. Guess that's the first time that I've seen that screen in the game. Just make sure you've got a couple of those silver TOTS cards. They're super easy to get done. And I guess if the rewards are good for a silver TOTS tournament, then hey, we will be there. But let's go to evolutions and talk about a very interesting evolution, the Maestro Unbound Evo that dropped yesterday. It is 35,000 coins, but the first thing you see right away with this is there's no max rating requirement, which is like, wait a second, a 94 rated card fits into an Evo? That is pretty cool. R9 fits into an Evo? That is pretty cool. I will 100% be paying 35,000 coins to put Incisive and Pinged Pass on this R9 card because he can't pass, and everything that I can do to make him better in that area, I am going to do. Now, I get it, 35,000 coins, and the fact that this is still limiting playstyles up to 8 base playstyles on a card with 2 playstyle pluses is a little bit unfortunate because, you know, that's been a frustration during Team of the Season. The lack of base playstyles being added to these cards that are getting 3 playstyle pluses, especially through evolutions. It's like EA doesn't want the total number of playstyles on a card going over 10 or 11. That's kind of the max that they want. But I also think this is cool because some of these cards you can actually eat, like, it allows goalkeepers into this one. Not that you really need to put Tiki Taka on Buffon, but you could put Tiki Taka on Buffon, or like Oliver Kahn would get Incisive, Tiki Taka, and Inventive. Maybe if you're going for something super crazy there, you could do that. But, I mean, Stoichkov, the R9, maybe even this Landon Donovan here, he gets Ping Pass. Like that. That's probably an Evo that I will be doing. So R9 into this one, and then Donovan. I don't think this should be 35,000 coins, but with the ability to upgrade R9's passing with playstyles, I'm kind of a fan of that one, but I understand 100% why a lot of people are not. Now, let's go to SBCs where, again, that kind of mixed feelings, mixed emotions is how we feel about yesterday's content. First of all, we have a Blaze Matuidi Ultimate Scream hero card. This is a great card for Evos, but it's still a little bit too expensive in my opinion. You've got 6 squads to do here, including 2 88s, 3 89s, and a 90 rated squad for a card that if you look at the market, you're thinking, oh my gosh, Nate, what do you mean? This is a great deal. He's 600,000 coins on the market. Well, that's only because he's not been in packs since November. And I mean, that's just a card that people are putting into Evos, and he's super duper rare. Like, this is a very inflated, like, incorrect price for this card on the market. He shouldn't be probably more than like 50 to 100,000 coins, but evolutions. And that's why I think that this SBC shouldn't even be 300K. I get it, right? He's 600K in the market, 300K looks like value. But look, 98% downvoted. We as the community are not seeing this as a worthwhile place for our fodder. Even if you really want to get this Matuidi, you could do it, but like Does it still feel worth it? I would say no. That's just unfortunate. The SBCs like this of re-release cards, like EA, make these dirt cheap, like 50 or 100K, 2 squads for that Matuidi. And then I'd be like, oh, maybe I would want to try out an evoed version of Matuidi because I haven't used him this year and he would be pretty good in game. But if it's going to set us back 300K, that's probably not worth it for a lot of us. Now, yesterday we had another player, SBC, the other pacey Galatasaray man. We had Osimhen first. Now we have Yilmaz. And guys, the SBC that had so much potential does not live up to that potential. 4-star, 4-star, great pace, great physicality, actually cannot be lengthy. He's tall enough, but he has 98 agility and 97 strength. So of course he cannot be lengthy because the strength is not, 3 or 5 stats higher than the agility stat there. The playstyles here for Yilmaz are good until you see the inventive. So it's not terrible for a card to try out with the pace because, pace is fun, right? But it's also 9 squads and 300,000 coins of value. One thing I've noticed with Yilmaz and then with the Friday SBC of Kvaratskhelia, they're kind of going back to more SBC segments and lower rated segments. Like when we had Leonard Carl and some of those other SBCs, they were doing like 89s, 90s, and that was it. Here we've got 84s and 5s and 6s coming in here, and we just don't love that when we're turning in so many squads of fodder. Bring back the player SBCs like the Leonard Carl and like the Di Maria that have less squad requirements, but have higher squad rating requirements because we're okay turning in higher rateds because we have team of the seasons, especially if you're doing the upgrade pack grind, which of course is giving out a lot of blues as we saw in yesterday's video. And as a lot of you guys keep tweeting me as well, the pack grind is very good. Also, that pack grind might be getting a little better today. We're going to talk about that since it's a Monday. Now, the rest of yesterday's content, we have a TOTS Premier League Challenge SBC that released if you're keeping up with those puzzle completionist objective and all those daily challenges. And we have a new icon player pick. We have 2 icon picks that are out right now. So if you're fancying your chance from an icon pick, make sure you do the right one, which is this one, but it is more expensive. It is 6 squads and about 233,000 coins for this new 1 of 4 icon pick. That's the difference between the new one and the old one. The old one's a 1 of 3, the new one's a 1 of 4, but it does cost you more. Trophy Titans are included. For me right now, again, 6 squads for that. I like the icon pack that went away that was only 3 squads. That was cool because it was still that icon pack risk reward scenario, but it was only 3 squads to turn in. So you can absolutely do this if you want to. And as you saw yesterday on the market, there were definitely some people that were doing these. Fodder didn't move a whole bunch, but when an icon pack comes out, there's always going to be people who want to do it. 88s went from 3K yesterday up to about 3.8K. So they're up some. 89s are up a little bit. And then, of course, your daily movements on the 85s and 86s, once again, I say it every day, buy 85s for 1.5K to 1.7K. We've raised our buy price there a bit because they go higher. These cards were above 2,300,000 coins yesterday. They're probably going to be 2,300 again today, maybe 25. Again, the peak prices for the 85s, if you want to buy them and just lazy list them and then try to sell them for more later in the week, the peak time for selling these 85s is usually Friday after content or on Wednesdays. You can see here, like Wednesday after content, these 85s were 2.7K. Then again on Friday, they were 2.7K as well. So that's kind of your peak time to sell those, but you can sell them every day. Even if they only go to 2.2 or 2.5, you'll probably even catch some lazies at 2.7K. So that was yesterday's content on a Sunday, but that wasn't all of it because yesterday, one of the biggest club football rivalries in the world was played, El Clasico. And in that game, one of the best SBCs so far this year in FC 26 claimed his upgrade because Barcelona clinched the La Liga title. But the problem is now we have to wait for the upgrade. If you take a look at Footbin right now, this Joao Cancelo and this Robert Lewandowski are the top 2 cards that people are searching up in this game because Barca won the league, which means these cards get upgraded, but now we have to wait for the upgrades to come out. And that's the frustrating thing with this. Why can't these cards upgrade now? That's what I'm feeling right now with these fantasy cards because it is so much more exciting when a club or a team, maybe it's a national team, we're thinking about the World Cup. We have live cards for the World Cup all the time. We mentioned at the beginning of the video those Euro cards from FC 24, right? That was super exciting because they upgraded super duper fast. And that was peak live card upgrades. But with these fantasy cards, we have to wait until the leagues actually end. But why EA? Why can't these cards upgrade now? Like, we're getting 3 Playstyle Plus Team of the Season cards. That's normal right now. Getting a 3rd Playstyle Plus on this Joao Cancelo and a +1 overall, which is the upgrade that he's due, would do nothing in terms of like hurting the market or hurting the player experience on this game. I don't understand why we have to wait. That's my frustration with some of these cards right now. Now, with these cards getting an upgrade or clinching an upgrade, I want to talk about when they're probably going to get them, and that's probably going to be when the last game of the season is played. So the last match week for La Liga, a couple days after that, probably on a Tuesday, because that's when mostly the fantasy cards are upgrading, we will get these cards upgraded. If EA want to change that and upgrade these early, more power to them, but these are not the only cards that are due upgrades. Now, once again, just to mention the cards that are getting upgraded and how they get boosted, since we are in this time of the year where cup finals are being played and it's coming down to the wire for who's going to win these leagues. For winning a domestic cup final, a player will get a 3rd Playstyle Plus and 2 base playstyles. We've already seen a card upgrade with that, and that was Gonzalo Guedes. And I think with 3 playstyle pluses, and I think he's got 9 base playstyles, he is one of the highest number of playstyles in the game. He's got 12 base playstyles, I believe. They gave him the low driven, the press proven, and the game changer for winning the Copa del Rey, because Sociedad beat Atletico Madrid in that. Watch that game. It was pretty good. So that's why he got the +1 playstyle plus and the +2 base playstyles. Now, for Cancelo and Lewandowski and Rafa Marquez winning the league, they get a +1 overall and then a +1 3rd playstyle plus as well. So if they win the league and the cup both, which we have a card, Park Ji-sung, that has done both, what they would be due is a +1 overall, a 3rd playstyle plus, and 2 base playstyles. But again, those upgrades are probably not coming in until after you get the final game of the season played. So Guedes has gotten upgraded. That's fantastic. But we got so many more cards that are deserving of upgrades. Sama Parluelo and the Liga F is absolutely locked up. I mean, it was probably locked up a month and a half ago. The League One with PSG, that's been locked up for a long time as well. This Zaire Emery is due a +1 in a 3rd playstyle plus. And even Jill Scott for the Manchester City women's team, she is due some upgrades as well. Not quite sure what's going on with the Women's Premier League Cup competition, if they're still in it or not, but there might be a couple upgrades here for Jill Scott. All this to say, keep an eye out on these cards that are still chasing upgrades, and particularly for these cards like Cancelo. Like, come on, EA, just drop them in the game. Also, I want to say this. You saw my Cancelo. I put a Pinged Pass Plus, Playstyle Plus on him from last season pass. That is now looking like a dumb decision, because if you put a 3rd Playstyle Plus on this Cancelo, like some people right now are trying to Evo him through the Cut-In Say Less Evo that I believe actually expires today, you will get the stat upgrade for this Cancelo, and you're going to get the Finesse Plus. But whatever Playstyle Plus EA give him as his 3rd one when he gets boosted, it'll overwrite whatever 3rd playstyle plus you would put on that card previously. So maybe you're like, Nate, I don't care. I'd rather get the +2 passing, +1 dribble, +8 shooting, and then +1 pace, and then I'm okay with my finesse plus getting overwritten. That's fine. Go ahead and do that. But for me with the ping pass, now it's like, well, I kind of wasted that because I like using him with the ping pass now. But what if he gets intercept, which he very well could, but you know, I might be losing out on that ping pass playstyle there with the Evo that I put on that player. So I really just wanted to talk about the fantasy cards. I know that it takes work for EA to upgrade these cards, and that's maybe a situation that they need to improve on, because why can't a card like a Cancelo, or like you have, of course, upcoming the big final for the, I can't even think of the name right, the Carabao Cup, right? The Premier League Cup, the England Cup. I think it's the Carabao Cup. There's 2 cups. I'm getting them mixed up. Whatever one is Chelsea versus Manchester City. That's the one that the upgrade is going to be pending for. Like, why can't they upgrade these cards instantly by having the upgrades already in the system, and then whoever wins the game, the card just bloop, gets upgraded? It should be that easy, right? Shouldn't they be able to program upgrades in ahead of time, press a button, or just have like AI press a button? They don't even have to be there. Just nobody has to be in the office, right? Just have AI press the button and then the card gets, I don't know, man. That's one of the questions that I have that we just don't get to understand on the back end of this game because EA don't tell us how these things work. Except for the fact that they have to manually do upgrades, I believe, from what I heard from somebody during FC24 during that summer of the crazy upgrades, like that Araujo card that we looked at. They were having the employees work overtime to upgrade the cards every night because it was after the games. They would fix up the upgrades and put them on. Well, man, I hope they can find out a system that's just faster because it is so much more exciting when the win happens, when an upgrade is clinched, for that connection to be made within an hour or two in this game. I get it, can't be seconds later, but like an hour or two that same night, that is where the hype is going to be at its peak. And if the card upgrades in game, that is going to be super duper dope. Now, I will say some of these cards here, like the Reinders, like the Semenyo for Man City, and Cole Palmer for that upcoming cup final, keep an eye on these prices because their cards could rise up a bit. I mean, Chelsea, where they're at right now, this Cole Palmer, if they win the game, would get a 3rd playstyle plus and 2 base playstyles. That would actually make this card pretty usable. And Cole Palmer maybe get some cards for the World Cup this summer. Who knows? That's the sort of situation that you're looking at right now with those, maybe some price rises. But I just wanted to talk about those today because I'm like, let's go. Cancelo's getting upgraded. Lewandowski, Marquez getting upgraded. Well, now we have to wait probably 3 weeks until the end of La Liga. Now, let's turn into what is happening today on Monday. Like I said, we got 3 big things that are coming today. It's a Gauntlet Monday. Thank goodness, because this is the best game mode that'll be out in this game, besides FUT Champs, to be playing during the week this week. And some of the rewards are already showing in here. Once again, it's a 4-round gauntlet, but the bonus rewards already show an 88 by 5, crazy pack, 84 by 10, 82 by 20, good fodder, 87 by 2, and then a guaranteed TOTS pack for the NWSL, D1 Arkema, and the League One that is in packs right now. That's just the bonus reward group. Now, there's probably going to be a player, some other packs, and some evolutions in the regular Gauntlet objective that is coming today, but those rewards are always, always, always good, and that is going to be a great time investment for gameplay this week, ahead of, maybe you could argue, Division Rivals, except if you need coins, I'd play Division Rivals ahead of that. But definitely ahead of whatever like live events that are out. There's a lot of gameplay at the moment, and I get it. You got to pick and choose. I'm going to have to do that this week. I don't know if I'm going to be able to play Rivals and the Gauntlet. I got to finish Champs. That's priority number 1. But I might skip Rivals to get the Gauntlet done for those unique rewards, especially if the Evos that are inside of this are good. So watch out for those rewards today. That could be good. The second thing that we're expecting today is a new upgrade pack to grind. I know the 82 plus player pick has been unfreaking believable. And you know what? While we're doing the video here, let's just make a couple of them and open them. But it's a Monday, so that means we're going to get a new premium pack as well. The premium League One players pack is expected to be today. And with the 82 plus pick having League One, D1 Arkema, and NWSL, I'm really curious to know how this is going to work for just the League One. I wonder if the pack weight here is going to be good, or if it's going to be like worse than Bundesliga because you're going to be packing the same cards over and over and over, and that'll be super annoying. So I think I'll be trying out the Premium League One pack today, and I would just maybe urge you guys to at least try a couple of them as well. But guys, these player picks are tried and true, and they're good. They are super duper good, so it's going to be hard to beat them. Now, let's do a quick set of 3 real quick. And you know what? I'm going to say 3, and then I'm actually going to do 2 more for 5 because like I could do these all day. If I had unlimited gold rares in my club, I would do these all day, man. And I didn't get to open any of them yesterday. I was busy. So I'm wanting to do as many as I can right now in the video because I cannot believe still that we packed so many Team of the Seasons on the video yesterday. All right, one more 82 plus pick here. Let's build it. And then I probably will put some of my golds today into the Premium League One just to try it out. And then we'll see where we go from there. Now let's open these and we'll talk about the other SBCs that we're expecting today and that last big of the 3 things that we're going to look out for. First of all, 5 picks. We'll skip picks. Surely we get 1 Team of the Season with our luck recently in these in 5, right? If I don't, it's okay, but surely we get 1, right? Because of how we've been cooking. I'll take an 88 Katoto or an 87 Swanson or a 94. Dude, like, come on, man. 94 Coffee. Is he ever going to see the pitch? Probably not. That's just going to be great fodder for like whoever the La Liga TOTS player SBC is this Friday. That's going to be like the big one. 6'1", 5-star weak foot, decent play styles. Maybe if we end up playing the League One exhibition, he'll get in. But it's a TOTS card, and it's a 94 rated TOTS card at that. That is a successful set of 5 picks. Keep doing those player picks. Now, player SBCs, we get one every single day of team of the season. It seems like we've got a huge list of players that have still not been released yet. We've got Kamara, we've got Bordeaux, Olga Carmona, Maroney, plenty of players in here that could be dropped today. And a couple of these would definitely be a part of our Gauntlet objectives too, so that's one thing to keep an eye on. But I do believe we will get a player SBC today, so just be ready for that one. And then finally, as you know, we talk about content today, this is kind of wrapped into all still the second big thing that is coming today. Evolutions. We had an Evo leak yesterday, and then the Evo didn't drop. Ooh, usually the leakers leak the Evo, and then it drops, but this time it didn't. Guys, we have a left back Evo that is coming into this game soon. It's max 89 rated. It gives 3 playstyle pluses, intercept, pinged, and technical. Those are very good playstyle pluses, if we're being honest. Quick step, jockey, and incisive base, 95 stamina boost, 94 short passing boost. Big stats upgrade otherwise, they say. They show Teo Hernandez and Ferland Mendy. And let's just see. Does he say some players don't fit? Bombito does not fit. He does have center back. I think that might be one of the qualifying things that does not work for this Evo. I think if we look up Detective Foot, he was tweeting about this as well. I think it cannot be a center back. Let me scroll down here and look at this. Yes, it gives 5-star skill moves, not a 5-star weak foot. Max 89 left back Evo, max 4 positions, and can't be center back. Okay, it gives the center mid position. Whoa. Okay, that's really interesting. I know we just came off of a week where we had a Teo Hernandez who had an Evo and an SBC, and that kind of took over the left back position. And also I've got my Cancelo right now who's cooking for me at left back, but dang, Maldini's not going to fit. Neither is Hanchko. But, you know, I'm sure there's some other cards. Destiny Udogi, you haven't evoed him. Got an Alvaro Carreras in here. Got a Balm Pastor. And, again, gives center mid position. So that's really intriguing. Essien would not fit because he has the center back position. Oosterwald will not. O'Reilly already has CM, so that's interesting. Guerrero would maybe fit, but he already has CM. Just depends on the stat boost for him. So this could end up being an Evo that doesn't work out that great. But hey, maybe Gold Teo Hernandez goes crazy for this again. As a lot of other left backs that would fit this have already started to go crazy, like Nuno Tavares. Although he's already got Intercept Plus, so he would end up with Intercept, Pinged, and Technical. Maybe if you're going to play him in the midfield, that wouldn't be too bad. But this is almost like a shapeshifter type of evolution. So just look out for some of those left backs out there. Where's Teo Gold? Teo Gold is 2.9K, and over the course of the last 2 weeks, he has spiked a couple times. He was 1,000 coins on Thursday, even was 1,000 yesterday. And since he's now been leaked to fit this Evo, people are probably going to think about chains again. So watch out for that, because that's an Evo that could be today, also might not be for a couple days. But let's talk about the third big thing that is maybe happening today. This one's not as guaranteed. That's why I saved it for last. Guys, it is a Monday today, and we have a huge league of Team of the Season dropping on Friday. La Liga Team of the Season. And I'm looking at Lamine Yamal, and I'm looking at Lamine Yamal probably being a card that gets into Team of the Season for La Liga. But the reason that I want to talk about this is because the market's starting to slide a little bit. Not crazy amounts, but just a little bit here or there. Prices are starting to drop. And I honestly think that we're going to start seeing leaks for La Liga Team of the Season today. Like, I think that'd be a little bit early for the leaks. Like last week, League One didn't start getting leaked until I think it was Tuesday. But since this is La Liga, I know the leakers have got the information. ASY tweeted out a prediction yesterday. This almost feels like it's just a prediction to foreshadow the actual leaks that we're going to get. I bet like 8 out of the 11 players here for this squad are going to be actually in the Team of the Season. So just watch out for La Liga TOTS leaks. And since it is such a big week for Team of the Season cards, I think that could impact the market. And I think, as I said, I think that's why some of the prices are starting to go down. Also think that's why some of the prices are starting to go up. Look at Kylian Mbappe, right? We've been talking about this card as an investment for the past couple of days because he's definitely getting a Team of the Season. It's Mbappe. EA's got to sell packs. This dude has been around 200 to 215K for the past like 4 to 5 days. Currently, he's 230. You saw the graph right there, right? I think he's going to be the first Team of the Season card that is leaked today, and I think the leakers were saying invest in Mbappe, and that's why his price did that. yesterday. There was no other reason for this card to go up when basically the rest of the market was going down, unless people are buying him and putting him into the Evo that gives the passing boost. Probably not. That's, again, I think it's the price investment rise here that is going on with Mbappe, and I think his price is going to continue to go. So if you bought these in the last couple days, hold strong. I've got like 2 or 3 of them at 200K. I think that price is going to go up, but I think other prices may go down. Look at some of the Bundesliga cards. Olise is 5.4 mil. Harry Kane is 3.5. Diaz is 2 mil. Like, I'm looking around this team, and I'm seeing a lot of cards, mostly on the upper tier. But on the Premier League team this season, it's all over the place. A lot of cards that have started to drop a bit. Erling Haaland, that's a snipe at 2.4 for sure. Semenyo's at 1.8. He was over 2.1 million coins a couple of days ago. Saliba, Gabriel, and VVD are all down a bit. The cheaper team of the season cards like Reece James up at 80. You know, Cucurella's at 56K. Cherki's at 240. Timber's almost 300. Those are normal prices for those. Those have not dropped that much. But I'm just saying this because with La Liga coming out, I mean, maybe this is going to be the week where we stop seeing the consistent rises in prices on the market. Since the beginning of team of the season, since Serie A, it has just been only up, basically, for most cards on this game, particularly meta cards. The team of the seasons have done super well. Go look at some of the Serie A TOTS graphs if you maybe didn't get into team of the season right away. Those prices started super low, super cheap, and they've absolutely exploded. So I think what I'm going to say here now is, we're getting farther into team of the season. We're getting closer to the World Cup as well, which is going to bring a lot of hype and is going to bring a lot of new cards and probably some movements in the market. Maybe it is time to be a little bit more careful with player prices. I thought that maybe during Prem Tots we'd have some drops. Nope. The market is getting so many coins from Champs rewards and from Rivals rewards. It's holding itself up very, very well. But at some point, the scales are going to tip because we know how this game works, right? Prices drop over time because new cards come out. Until that card that's dropped fits an Evo, it's going to stay down, right? And these are team of the season cards. They're not going to fit Evos anytime soon, unless they're like maybe a 92 rated TOTS when EA release like a TOTS upgrade Evo, which we haven't seen yet, which we should, because that'd be a great Evo for them to put out right now. But anyways, I digress. I think it's just a good time to be careful with team of the season cards that you have in your club. Currently, I've just got a couple of investments here. I've got the Chabooms. I'm going to hold this dude until he goes to 100K. Right now, he's 80,000 coins. He's going to fit an Evo at some point. He's going to go cracked, right? And then I've got the Hinkapies and a couple other trades. I bought a Erling Haaland team of the season card as well because like he was down bad. But most of these cards that I've invested in right now are kind of like a hold on a part of the market that I think is going to still do okay. But especially with team of the seasons, especially if it's a TOTS card that has gone up a bunch since they were released in packs, I would take more of a safer route right now and think about selling them at least in the next couple of days just to see what team of the season is going to do to their prices. Man, if this 2.65 Erling Haaland sells right now, the next Haaland is 2.88. Yeah, I'm going to watch that card because when that one sells, I'm listing mine up right away and getting the sale because I sniped a Haaland for 2.49 and then I missed this one on bid at 2.46. Get on the bids, guys. The bids are still really good. I think you can still trade in the market, but you got to make sure you get prices really low. You got to get undercuts that are really far and try to trade with cards that you know people are going to want to buy because, again, La Liga is a big league. There's going to be a lot of hype around it, and it could end up dropping prices a little bit. So that's going to be the video for me today, guys. If you did enjoy it, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you have any questions, and of course, subscribe if you're new. Just once again, a little heads up. I will not be streaming this week for you guys that normally are watching the streams during the week here on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Twitch. I'm leaving in a few hours to head to Tennessee for one of the commitments that the missus and I signed up for a couple of months ago. There's going to be a TFA away days string of videos this week. So watch the backgrounds. They're going to change. Sound will hopefully be about the same, but it's going to look a little bit different. But we're going to keep the videos rolling during the week this week as long as the internet is good enough. But I will see you guys there, man. Have a great Monday. Have a great start to your week. And keep doing 82+ player picks. Love you guys. See you in the video tomorrow. It's been TheFutAccountant. See you there. Peace out.